Carlean, how does the Silver Spring Justice Coalition feel about the verdict when it comes to Derek Chauvin being convicted of the murder of George Floyd?
We are happy to see that Derek Chauvin was held accountable for murdering George Floyd, because that's what it was. It was a murder. And this is just accountability for his actions. It is not justice in the sense that George Floyd cannot come back to his family. The nation, particularly Black people in this nation, cannot be untraumatized due to witnessing what was essentially a lynching on national TV. And we have a long ways to go. I mean, of course, in the midst of the trial of Derek Chauvin, we saw yet another white police officer shoot and kill an unarmed young Black man. And this time, for something incredibly petty. Dante was pulled over because this officer said he had something dangling from his window. And the same thing with George Floyd. His life was lost due to cashing a problematic check for what, $20. And so, it's constant reminders that we do not have justice for African Americans in this country when it comes to dealing with police officers and brutality.
And all the work that the Silver Spring Justice Coalition does in the community, what do you guys have brewing right now in regards to anything that's helping locally in Montgomery County?
Well, unfortunately, Montgomery County is not immune to policing issues. Just a couple of weeks ago, we lost two men in Tacoma Park, Maryland, of all places. James Johnson and Dominique Williams were killed by an off-duty Pentagon police officer who thought they were breaking into a car and decided that even though the men were leaving the scene, that he would open fire. And he opened fire as they were leaving from the back. Both men were killed. The Silver Spring Justice Coalition, in conjunction with Black Lives Matter DC, held a vigil for them last week with the families in Marvin Gaye Park in DC. That officer was charged right away, which we were happy to see that Tacoma Park Police Department do. But we don't have justice. I mean, we watch children crying because their fathers will never come home to them.
Is there anything else you'd like to add in regards to all of this?
Yeah, I mean, Montgomery County, Maryland still has a long ways to go when it comes to reimagining public safety. I, along with many others, took part in the county's task force, Reimagining Public Safety. We made a lot of recommendations, like removing police officers from traffic duty, for example. I mean, again, pointing to the killing of the young man in Minnesota, Dante. This officer, had she not stopped him for something as petty as an air freshener dangling from his window shield, this young man would still be alive today. So we don't need police officers in roles that way, when violent crimes or the potential for violent crimes aren't being committed. Let's reimagine ways to use our police officers that enhances public safety and not in a way that allows them to abuse their authority.